Thank you for staying with us. It's time now to take a look at stories making headlines on Nigerian newspapers. And I begin with the First News newspaper. No deal strike. Federal government ASU spat lingers as government reunion fails to agree out of court settlement. You find the details on the front page of the First News newspaper. To the Daily Trust now, 23 freed train passengers reunite with families after meeting Buhari. President says security challenges have evolved. How Mamu sabotaged rescue effort. You find the details on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. To this Nigerian newspaper now, military captures 79 terrorists, collaborators. Buhari meets 23 freed Abuja-Kaduna train passengers. All of the details you will find on the front page of this Nigeria newspaper. To the Blueprint now. Buhari to service chiefs, stop evolving threat to nation sovereignty. Replicates Northeast successes across Nigeria. Federal government procures over 550 naval platforms, increases NAF platforms by over 38% in 7 years. All of the details on the front page of the Blueprint. Mike.
All right, I have Daily Times next here from my end, and it says Buhari directs service chiefs to replicate Northeast successes. That's the Daily Times, Daily Times. And it says lists military acquisitions in 7 years. Says bombs were going off with a frightening frequency when he assumed office. That's what Daily Times has. And from there, let's go to Leadership. Leadership newspaper says travelers, residents stranded as flood grounds Lokoja. This has been on the news for some time now. North cut off from the south and economic activities stalled. Oil marketers blame fuel scarcity on the situation. That's what the Leadership newspaper has in there. And then we have Business Day. Let's go there. Business Day says hunger crisis to worsen as floods drown farmlands. Hunger crisis to worsen as floods drown farmlands. That's a Business Day. Now let's go to Nigerian News Direct. The News Direct says economic growth, that's the focus. CBN disburses 2.1 trillion naira for 426 real estate support facility projects. Says developing SMEs to export and foreign exchange, its key focus. That's what News Direct has. Nature News is the last one we're looking at now from this end. Mismanagement of natural resources is a violation of human rights. NAITI and NHRC is saying that. Mismanagement of natural resources is a violation of human rights. Okay? That's what Nature News has. Veronica.
All right, let's look at the story where the president was speaking or admonishing service chiefs to replicate the successes recorded in the Northeast with regards to the fight against insurgency. He was addressing the passing out parade and commissioning ceremony of cadets of 69 regular course of the Nigeria Defense Academy, and he has said that the chief of defense staff and the service chiefs basically should address the evolving security challenge across the country, and they should stop it as much as they can. He also talked about how much his government have invested with regards to addressing the fight against insecurity, talking about military hardware, that the most that have been recorded in the past 38 years have come from his government. So much has been spent with regards to that, and he said it was strategic at addressing the security situation that we find ourselves in.
Yes, it's interesting that he has come to gospelize his own achievements as commander-in-chief, something that he has not done since he mounted that seat. And people have always said that you didn't do well over the years to handle insecurity. and so on. And it's interesting that he's saying this at the same time that we are seeing uptick in the work of his security men. They have been acquiring weapons for sure. They have been doing a lot of work. So it's not that he should boast that he has acquired a lot of hardware, because he has also had a lot of hard times. And it only follows that he should get the hardware. The point is, did he succeed, or has he succeeded in turning this hardware into peace? And then we can say that we are seeing very tangible results about that. You have to be, as commander-in-chief, not only a man that brings peace or wins a war, you must also make your people understand that you are doing it. You don't have to tell them your strategies. You just have to make sure you do it and make people see that you do it. So people are still talking, people are still living in 4 or 5 months ago or 7 months ago in the rhetoric about insecurity in the country. It is understandable to the extent that people went through a lot of shock and pain and fear, moving on highways and so on. But we know that, there is real improvement in this area of existence, and it's going to take a while for people to understand it. The federal government and its minders will be the ones to help us get through this psychologically, because there's also a therapy part of it, a national therapy part of it. Absolutely. Trying to know that things are not what they used to be, because everybody will still be saying, I don't want to pass that road, I don't want to pass that road. Somebody was saying the other day, I don't want to go to Ife. I said, there's not been incident of Ife for a long time. But you have that memory that things are not the way they were.
But it is good that the president admitted that the security challenges are evolving. With recent times, we have seen the cases of kidnappings and all of that. And he admitted that the security chiefs need to also address that. And mentioning all of this, what his administration have achieved thus far, perhaps this is stemming from the statement he made, I think in Owerri, where he said that most of the successes his government has recorded, nobody is talking about it, not even his people.
Yeah, but we blame him. Yeah. The point there is,
he's in charge of his people.
You are the God. It's like saying, okay, the angels and all the elders in heaven gather and say, there's something wrong with this creation. Who do you blame? It is the man who came to say, let us make man in our own image. Let there be this, let there be that. You have the knife, you have the yam, you have the fire, you have the pot, you have the water. Government is God on earth. So the point there is that you notice that the information management, the thing is not trickling down. It's not, you hired whoever, in fact, it is assumed that the presidency in any country has the power to hire the best of any kind in the world. So the point there is there are times where there are some certain assignment where you feel if you don't get somebody within your country, you can hire somebody from anywhere. So long as you get the work done for your people.